someone owes me a lasagna dinner. So it's Sunday. I'm not going to leave out till tomorrow. And that was the initial plan. Had big plans tonight. Finally, going to make lasagna dinner. Homemade. Get a phone call. And for them to call me on a Sunday asking me to haul, this is the first time this has happened in 6 years. So, I know things had gotten really sideways. The load sucks. I know exactly where it's going, but they're paying me all the money. So, well, my ex called me a whore. Okay. So Red and I got up this morning. I went and picked her up and took her down to the Village Inn. We had a nice breakfast and all that, and next thing you know, I'm home. We're watching First 48. Got a little laundry in. Just kind of enjoying the afternoon. I noticed I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb. So I noticed I missed a call. Call them back. And, well, the guy that called me, it was, when he calls, there's a problem. Because he don't call. So I agreed to do it, and well, now it's been a mad thrash. Had to run Red home, forego my lasagna dinner, and I'm basically just thrashing, getting the truck put back together. There's a couple things that just ain't going to happen this time, but I was planning on doing this afternoon. But anyhow, so I got to get back to the house because I'm 2 towns over. So I gotta get home. So I rolled out of town across the Arkansas River, and that's a drive back to my house. Dropping Red off, and it's always a really nice drive. It's not too bad, really. The dash quit working again in the car, but I just made the best of it and thought about what I needed to do to finish up to get going, and looked at I-35 as I went over it, realizing, oh, I'll be over it soon enough. But, yep, just trucked on home and got to what I needed to do. But going across 81, there's always I crossed US 81 for a minute. It's a booger. They rebuilt the bridge and made it worse. But head home and get things done. Well, we got it here. I kept thinking somebody's running a lawnmower, and it turns out the APU was running. So go in. Truck's packed. I just thrashed. I was going to put it together real nice, but I got about 2 hours before I really have to leave. So I'm gonna make me some lunch, and then we're gonna have to boogie, make sure the house is all buttoned up and all that. Leaving it always sucks, but I'll tell you what, when you gotta leave like this, it sucks even worse. So it's been a couple of hours, getting ready to take off here. Got the truck all fired up. Gotta go pick up the trailer, which is out at the co-op. I actually brought it in this morning because I thought I was gonna have all day. House is all locked up, and I think it's time to go. Always kind of have to do one more quick walk around to make sure everything's done up. Make sure your doors are all locked and whatnot. Make sure the toilet's not running. Already did that. Everything inside's done. Air conditioner's off. The whole ordeal. But you know, just double check. Also have to make sure that all the dash cams are turned off in the cars. I leave them running when I'm home, but they're all turned off. Didn't get that done. But those are the kind of things that can wait. So, I guess it's time to go pick up the trailer and we get boogieing. The problem with hauling these Tyson loads is that they can be late all they want, but you have to be there at deadline. And these loads have been so difficult. We've been late on a couple of them, I guess, and they don't like that. So we got to play the game, and well, I guess it's my turn to play the game. So we're on duty now. Oh, here we are. Yep. All right. We got it plugged in. Got her hooked up here. Yep. It's all full up and washed out, and I'm actually glad I did that the other day. I picked up the trailer, and Monday I went and took it up and washed it out. It was absolutely wretched. Well, it smells like a reefer, but it's clean. Washing out a trailer before you go home is always a gamble. I mean, unless it's just absolutely wretched. Sometimes you want to wait, but lately I have been doing a whole lot more box stuff than going actually out to the meat yard. So I'm gonna put you guys down and put on some tunes. I gotta get up to Olathe, so we'll see you when we get there. So we're just about here. I gotta pull up. There's a guard shack up here I gotta pull up to. Oh, here we go. Go all the way up to the gate, and we'll have to see what happens, I guess. Yep, let's go get checked in and see what happens. Oh, that's nice. All the spots are numbered here, so I gotta go drop this, which I'm sure will be way in the back and someplace irritating to get to. So we got it dropped. Gotta run in here and check on it. There is one of ours that's loaded. I'm hoping that's it. That would make my life exponentially better. Use that word 3 times and it's yours for life. So let me pull in, and hopefully that's it, and we'll catch you in a minute. Oh, woohoo! So we got it. It's loaded. Got to go pick it up. It's right behind me. There's a scale over there, and then we can get out of here. Well, I hope that cools down soon. They must have just got it out of the door, so let me go get these tandems up. We'll scale it, and we're out of here. Now this thing's set at a -5 degrees. I've confirmed it with the paperwork, but we're waiting for the air to build up. We get the air to build up, and then we can see what the suspension gauge actually means. But not only that, we've got a suspension gauge on the trailer, so I need to know where that is before I slide the tandems. So I got a feeling this thing ain't all that heavy. Either that or they loaded it all in the back, which has happened. So I guess we'll find out. Now it's okay to boost your idle up a little bit to build a little air, but don't do like some of these guys do. Just put your foot to the floor, 2200 RPM, and have this thing screaming for life. All you're doing is breaking your truck. So, got a little food for thought. We're still pretty light here. We're really light here too. All right. Look in the back, make sure we're not going to back into anything. All right. That's not good. All right. Ooh, had to sit there and wait for a guy doing the logbook crawl, so let's see what happens. All right, these are always a good time. I love elevated scales. Well, I don't know what it's trying to do. Let's hit print, see what happens. I don't know. Let's hit menu. Let's hit menu. I don't know. It's not telling me anything. We finally figured it out, so we're doing good. Let's get the heck out of here. It's time to go. So they must have just loaded this. It's too hot. They're not going to let me out of the gate with it. It's cooling off, but it's got to be within 10 degrees of -5, which is 5. It's cooling off, but it's cooling off slowly. One of the problems that we have when it gets this hot is they start putting these, y'all wonder why I have the truck stretched out. It's not just because it makes it ride a little nicer. It's because you get the the refrigerator using too close to the sleeper. There's no air circulation. Those things get hot. And with the weed burning exhaust, it gets stifling hot. Well, those reefer units, most of these places have taken the high idles out of them now. And it sucks. It takes a while to cool off, so I might be here another half hour. Back in the old days when we had the vents up front, well, like that one, instead of on the side like on this one here, we'd sit there and just spray water in there, and it would it'd cool it off a lot quicker. So I guess I'm just going to kick back, relax, and hopefully we'll be ready to go here shortly. So an hour and a half later, we're good to go. We are finally down to temp. They don't pre-cool these trailers, which they should. So yeah, so we got it, but it sucked. Had to go through, do the whole defrost thing and whatnot, and so yeah, we got it done. But good night. It was I wish they would. I wish they'd pre-cool. Even the guard was like, "Yeah, I wish they'd pre-cool." Yeah, they just throw it in hot, turn it on, and expect it to cool off. It's 100 degrees out here. That's not happening. So onward to Kearney, Nebraska. And another uneventful 2.5 hours later, we're in the dark, hitting every bug known to man. But we rolled out of Kansas City easy as pie, made it up to Highway 2, and got over here to the Loves in Syracuse, Nebraska, and cleaned the windshield, but had to top the reefer off. But yeah, it was a really straightforward drive, I'll tell you that. So it's 11 o'clock. We had to stop for a little bit of fuel for the reefer. That's some definite. The reefer was just almost out when I picked it up. It was just sitting there beating itself. So to get that, this thing's going to take, I don't know, at least 30 gallons. All right, well, guess we'll find out. I was right on that. Still going. Yep, there we are. We'll run in, use the facilities, and we still got 2 hours. That whole debacle trying to get the trailer cooled off, that killed a bunch of time. That killed an hour and a half. So had we not had to do that, we'd be a half hour out. Well, I take that back. 2 hours and 24 minutes, 164 miles. So I guess it's time for me to boogie. So it's 11 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. All right, well, I'm going to head out of Syracuse here and we got to go. So we took off out of there, and truthfully, I really wish there was more to show you. Once you get on the road here, this is just what it looked like for the next 100 miles or so. What did I come out at? For the next 2 hours and 24 minutes, this was all there was, just dark. But we put the foot to the floor, and speed limit 75. I did just around there. And made it all the way to our first stop in Kearney. Pretty uneventful, really, but I was glad they let me park there. But as I rolled into town, it was just so late that I just decided to go to bed, and I'd catch you guys in the morning. So it's the next morning. Got here really late last night. Got here really late, and it's been a long night. Well, that was surprisingly quick. 7 o'clock appointment. Rolled in there at 6:30. Backed in the door at 6:40. Back across the street at 10 after 7. Unfortunately, I got to sit another 4 hours and 20 minutes. I am only 45 minutes away from my next stop. Unfortunately, I can't get that off until tomorrow. So, make sure that clicks. These fragile seals don't ever tug on them like you used to. They'll just come apart on you, and then you got two problems. So, got to sit around here for another 4 hours. I'm going to take me an old man nap because, well, I only slept 4 hours. So, we'll see in a bit. Well, one old man nap later. We just started on our pre-trip now. It is 11:38 in the afternoon. Luckily, I got 47 miles. So now we got to boogie out of here and get to our next stop. This part of the trip went really fast. I was there in roughly 45 minutes to my next stop. Easy peasy. Didn't have a whole lot to go. I mean, we just boogied on down the road and had to do the whole E-log thing, show myself being there, and just stay there for a few minutes and head back to the truck stop. So this went surprisingly quick. I wish the rest of the trip did, but hey, we'll get to that. So we pulled into our stop. It's too early to deliver, so I gotta go PC down to the truck stop now, and we'll just go wait. They're not gonna unload me today. Of course, it's way too late, so let's get down to the truck stop and have a night of it. I hope none of y'all got vertigo. This is 12 minutes and about 30 seconds. Yep, we boogied on back to the truck stop. So we made it to the truck stop. We're here at the Bosselmans in Grand Island. This is pretty much just a shell of what it used to be. Back in the day, it was the place to go, I'll tell you that. But not so much anymore. So, I guess I'll go in and find me some lunch and maybe take an old man nap. So it's the next morning. About 10 to 7. I can't deliver till 10. So I guess I'll go in and get me some breakfast and then see where we go from there. But got to make some phone calls and hopefully I can have a good load here. So. Well, someone screwed up. Actually, I think it was US Foods this time. They have all the numbers. They have my number on the paperwork, but she claims she doesn't have it, so now I'm a work-in now. So we're waiting. There's been all sorts of emails. There's been all sorts of this and that. I don't know what to say now. This is 3 out of 4 loads from these guys that have been screwed up. So, guess we gotta wait, so we're gonna have to work in, and I'm sick and tired of this. You know, they all sit there and wonder why I hate hauling this stuff for this company, and this is why. Because this is the rule, not the exception. It's like this over and over and over, and so hopefully I can get unloaded here soon, because I've already got another load that I'd like to go get about 3.5 miles from here. So I guess we'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. So we're finally in a door. It's 11 o'clock, so hopefully they're not going to lunch. I get sick and tired of, like, every time dealing with this company, just something gets screwed up. It's been this way for 20 years. So I don't know. Hopefully we can get this going and get empty here soon, and we can get rolling on out of here. So it's a later on in the afternoon. It just, after I got done with that, it just went sideways. Real sideways. So when I tell you it went sideways, it went sideways. We got in a row. They want to charge me $250 for a work-in fee, despite the fact I was there on time and I was looking at my paperwork right there on her desk. I had all the numbers she wanted, wouldn't even look at it, wasn't in her computer, she didn't tell me. And that old heifer, I swear. So we get charged $250. Well, thankfully I don't have to pay, because whoever scheduled it's going to have to pay it, because, well, I did exactly what I was supposed to do. My company did exactly what we were supposed to do. We were there when they told us to be there. But the charge is $250. Put me in a door, and then ended up charging me another $485 for a lumper. Now, mind you, this was a second stop. It was a partial. So we just got ripped off and then got ripped off. But these things happen, thankfully. We get reimbursed for every last bit of that. And I'm gonna get detention out of it. Just one of those things that happen. Well, and turns out I get some damaged freight and I have to deal with that. So all in all, it was a crap storm. But on a bright note, I found a Cobra 29 in the trash. So I'm gonna plug it in and see if it works. And if it doesn't, I get to try to make it work. It was a pretty stressful day. You know, the thing that stressed me out was I had another load that they put on top of me while I'm dealing with this, and it's getting later and later in the day. Thankfully, it wasn't time sensitive, and I allowed the stress to get to me a little bit. along with a little bit of personal stress. Today was my dad's birthday. And of course he's passed away. He would have been 81 today, so kind of think about that too. I miss the old man. It was one of those deals to where, you know, we'd gone beyond father and son as we got older, and we actually became friends. And I hope y'all are lucky enough to be able to do that with your fathers. So, you know, it's one of those things. But as we wind this video up, I apologize for the jumpiness of it. I just had so much going on today that just things kept slipping, and I probably wasn't as focused on this video as I probably should have been. I mean, I do have a full-time job. But that being said, I come out of the house hot. Things were sideways before I even left the house. And they smoothed out, and then they went sideways again. These things are happening. You can't get mad. Stuff like this, like I've said before, there's nobody to be mad at. You can't be mad at it because there's just no one to blame. I mean, you're blaming Tyson or whoever. They're a nameless corporation. Something got screwed up, and truthfully, I don't think it was Tyson's fault this time. I think it was my customers, because, well, I had everything she had on her desk, and I tried showing it to her, and like I said, she wasn't interested. So I'm not blaming them for this, because, well, I don't believe it was their fault. Needless to say, it seems like I do have an abnormal amount of screw-ups when it comes to this company. Don't know why, but I get paid, so that's what it's about. So I guess I'll leave y'all right there. It was just a short one, 2 stops. Truthfully, it would have been better if it had been just 1 stop, but hey, whatever. So I guess I'm gonna sleep here at the yard tonight, and tomorrow get up, get my truck serviced, and we'll just see where it goes from there. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get too attached to me. Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies. Wasting precious time assuming. Oh, were we made to fall? And slowly exploring what I need. Cause dozens of times I swear that I knew when the wisdom was scanty. Doesn't mean I was broken so open, I gave till empty. Got it all back by myself.